Yes! Okay, let's start this again. Hello! I've just been yapping for like 5 minutes and no one's been able to hear me. Oh, whoa. Okay. Here we are. Well, here's my lovely new background again. We're trying this again. Let's restart the whole stream, pretend none of that ever happened. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm a little bit thrown off now. This is really funny. I'm a real professional streamer, you guys. So, yes, okay. Week 3 of Art Fight. Here we are. I have a new little background in my little just chatting segment. I drew it yesterday for fun. Maybe I'll keep changing it. I think it's cute. So gosh, this yeah, so what did I say before? Thank you. Thanks, Dark Shadow. I'm glad you're here to watch me fumble so dramatically. Week 3 of Art Fight has been pretty slow, I think, just in general. Not many people have been attacking like they were before. And I certainly haven't been. I've been pretty lazy this week, I think. Yes, Dark Shadow, did you have a good time with your friend? Did you get up to much? Did you do many crimes? Yeah, so I mean, I've been pretty lazy this week. I've kept needing naps in the middle of the day, which has put me so behind on commissions, so I've had to be doing them in the evening as well. So I've not had much time to do any attacks this week. Dinner and all the crimes. Oh, that's lovely. What did you have for dinner? I personally had vegan smash burgers, which were lovely and cooked by my partner. Were quite delicious, I have to say. And oh, what crimes did you commit? Arson, hopefully. Maybe some piracy. TGIs. Oh, I'm from the UK, so I don't do much fast food either. Bunch of Halloween stuff. Ooh, I love Halloween. Yeah, we don't have much fast food here well, we do have a lot of fast food here in the UK, but not many that I eat. I used to work at McDonald's, so I did that, but outside of that, not a huge foodie. I love Wagamama's. It's like favorite restaurant, I think. A bit early for Halloween, but you know. TGI is pretty good. There's not that many here. It's like never been to Wagamama's. It's really good. I really like the tofu ricey curry. That's delicious. Anyway, okay, we're going back. Let me show off what I've got and tell you again what I was telling you for Drift Creek. Your lovely, lovely girl. She has lovely flowy hair. It's like a cloud, and I love that for her. She looks so pretty. I was really obsessed with her cloud hair, and so that's what I've gone for here. Like, I'm so thrown off. But yes, so okay, going back to what I was saying before. We have my art fight once again. And I've actually got a couple of attacks now on Blight, which is really nice. You really kickstarted it, Dark Shadow. Yes, my boy. I might talk a little bit more about him today because I really love his lore, and he's a really fun little guy to talk about. So yeah, in the past week, I've had these 4 attacks. I've had this one from lovely Dark Shadow. For the rest of anyone who might watch who aren't Dark Shadow, I love this one. It's just so mischievous looking, and I really enjoy the way that some of these attacks have had his little spider legs in them. I think that's really cute. Especially because I didn't include that on his actual little ref sheet. I think it's I think it's cute. And then I also got this one. Also from Dark Shadow. This is so cute. I love Zaf's little pout. I love Blight's little face. He looks so mischievous. And Senno looks so grumpy. They all look adorable. And I love them. They just look amazing. Boss Chan. Let's go over to your profile, Dark Shadow. Here we are once again. And for everyone else, the character that I've chosen to end this week is Drift Creek. I was just so drawn to her immediately. She's got such a pretty colour palette, and I love her floaty hair. You're gonna do all of the characters on my page. Oh, that would have been so cute. It would have been nice for Godred and Aramis to get some, because they've not had any, but we'll get some. We'll get one eventually, hopefully. So, Drift Creek is an Air Genasi. Love a Genasi. Way of the 4 Elements monk. Currently level 5. I love a monk as well. I really want to play a monk soon. Let me read out some of her lore for the viewers at home. Drift is a training monk who grew up in a monastery in the mountains of a middle country which solely consists of halflings and gnomes. The monastery is known as the Monastery of the Four, which focuses on non-lethal attacks and knowledge to be shared or held safe, the inside resembling a temple and library. At the age of 3, Drift was found on the doorsteps of said monastery, sick with some kind of poison, and little memory of her surroundings, other than she is far away from her parents, being unable to find her home or parents and being unsure of any chance of returning home. The monks and masters of the monastery decided to keep her and raise her as their own. And so sweet. I love Master 2, an elder turtle who became a father figure. This feels very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but like the reverse. Where he's the turtle. Or Kung Fu Panda. More Kung Fu Panda too, for. So yeah, this is her. I love this little she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You have art of him on Toy House? Oh, maybe we'll look at that later. I am conscious that a little bit behind. But yeah, so that's her. That's who we are drawing today. Well, I've already got her drawn. We're gonna colour her today to get her set up. Thank you. She's so pretty. Oof! I'm really excited for her hair. So the idea that I kind of have for her is that she's sort of at dusk. She's got the wind blowing through her hair. It's like kind of moonlit. So it's gonna be very blue, I think, to fit with her blue vibe. It's a little. I'm so scuffed this week. Last week went way too well, so it just makes sense that this week is so just not happening for me. She is a very blue character, which works very well for my purposes, my personal goal, which is to do a bunch of different characters that are different colours, like the theme of the piece is all different colours, so works really well. Because I've got some different colours. I've got some blue ones, but they're a very dark blue. It's just proper blue. Hello, Lycan the Goober. Thank you for the compliment. How are you today? It's lovely to see a new face here in our very, very small team we've got. Cool. Call us a team. Like a group of warlocks, perhaps. Weather today is much nicer than it was last week. The heatwave's definitely died down a little bit. So thankfully I'm not as sweaty as I was last week. Pretty good. I've been taking a little break from ARTFIGHT after I threw out 31 attacks. Oh my word. That is a crazy amount of attacks. What the heck? I can't imagine. I've only done 8. Are they like full? Are you rendering all of them? Are they full bodies? What's happening? How are you pumping these out? Oh my gosh. 21? You guys are cracked. I've done wait, I need to check now. I think I've done 8. Most were sketches, but the last 3 were digital. I've done 9. Okay. My goal is... So with this one I will have done 10. And this is a revenge. Dark Shadow said, she's my first non-lethal character, so it's very fun trying to fight with her. Oh, that's fun. That's a fun challenge. Did the rest of your party kill? And she has to be like, no, don't kill them. Or does she not really mind? I think it's still good. Everyone in the party are all kill. Oh, that must prove a moral conundrum for poor Drift. Oh, she doesn't mind as long as it's self-defense and she's not killing. Well, we like a girl who can compromise. You kind of need that when you're working as a team. It's myself. Gosh, just to get the references up again. The 2 that are second to last were just to be funny, but then the very last one had actual effort put into it. Post the latest ARTFIGHT attack on your channel so you can see that one drained you. Yeah, where's your Our last session, one of our group members messed up and got a hobgoblin decapitated by their boss. She wasn't a fan of that. Oh god. How does... So you, like, they convinced... That's certainly one way of getting fired. They convinced the hobgoblin to decapitate their own employee. Who have been promoted. Now one of my elite employees. Decapitation. Store their supplies while invisible, and that was the punishment for failing the job. Oh no! Oh, that's terrible. I do love a hobgoblin. I'm very into hobgoblins and goblins and all of that at the moment. It's funny how anytime you post something on your channel, it's just gonna be a random piece of art. That's fun though. I hardly ever... Is this on your YouTube? I hardly ever post anything on my YouTube. See if I can find you. My setup is really scuffed, so you'll have to forgive me. Oh, I love your style. I can see what you mean about the effort. You can see the amount of effort that you've put into that one. It's lovely. Who I think's the NPC she's been drawn with. Yeah. That's lovely. That's a lovely piece of art, I can see you put a lot of time into that one. Oh, you mean the one that she's kicking, that Drift is kicking? The little... This guy. He does look a bit like a wet cat of a man. He's on ARTFIGHT too. Oh. Oh. If I had time, I would draw him as well. I have too many people to revenge. But I would draw him too. I'd probably make him like a lot scarier than he comes across. Maybe sexier. I have that curse where I just draw everyone without meaning to. It's not that much of a curse. It's kind of a blessing. It's a blessing in the way that every villain that we come across is instantly sympathized with if I draw a piece of art of them. One of the main villains of our last campaign, her name is Maria. She... Like, we were gonna kill her. We were 100% just gonna fight her and kill her, and that was gonna be it. But then I drew a piece of art and it made her look really hot, and so everyone was like, we should try and redeem her, actually. We should bring her onto our side. And then we did. But then, you know, she became a really important staple NPC. Love to redeem a baddie. He's sexy and handsome, I love him. Well, don't tempt me with a good time. I have a lot of hobgoblins and bugbears and orcs and combinations of those three, so like half bugbear, half orc, half bugbear, half hobgoblin, half orc, half hobgoblin going on, because of my character in my current campaign, Senemirin, is a half-orc, and her tribe is made up entirely of goblinkin. So, you know, she's got a lot of friends who are goblins and hobgoblins and bugbears. Sometimes the opacity of my brush just goes down for no reason whatsoever. It's kind of odd. He's currently part of the main villains, but he's less evil and more following on with his own kind for respect. I can respect that. So, he seems a little bit, I don't know, bullyable? But in a nice way, you know? I think he's just a little friendly guy, you know? Ugh. It's like really dry today. Maybe it's because it's not as humid this time as it was before. So I think she's got jewelry too. I do like the gold. She's got her earrings. Look at these earrings. Come on. Whole thing with the bad guys is all goblinkin are looked down on, so they've built up this legion for respect and equality, but they've gotten pretty takeover/violent about it. But the NPC is less agreeable with it. It's to do it all peacefully. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of similar to what I've got going on currently in campaign. The goblinkin. It's more of a... yeah, it's like they're not being respected. It's a very, colonialism, vibe, where they're natives of the land and these humans have come in and stomped all over their cultures and stuff like that. It's a tale of as old as time, really. This goblinkin aren't happy about it, causing trouble. Because he's such a big nerd too. I do love I love a little guy who's rough around the edges, but got a soft spot. I think it just works really well for goblinkin, like orcs and half orcs and all of that. So, he's very Gale from BG3. Oh, it's very classic. Yeah, half orc that we had in our last campaign. He was an NPC. It's called Goza. He's actually on my art fight, even though he doesn't strictly belong to me, but I did his design. The DM gave me permission to put him up. And his little hobby of cooking. He just really likes to cook, but he's not very good at it. Which is just so sweet and so silly. I love little things like that. Just makes characters a bit more believable. Bless, I love him. Yeah, he's a... God, he's such an incredible character. I adore him so much. He once very casually... we had just finished a really hard fight. Probably the hardest fight of the campaign up to that point. We had 3 player deaths in this one fight. They all came back, but it was rough. And the characters were understandably quite upset about it, including Gozert. And then Gozert just... he made himself a bow, and then he went and he hunted a griffin by himself. And I just think that's a really, you know, that's a really reasonable way of dealing with hard emotions. Is just to craft yourself a bow and then go hunting by yourself. And then he and Zafir had a really sweet moment together after that. It was definitely the blossoming of their romance. I am a bit biased when it comes to Goza, because he's my boy's romance, but you know, he wasn't always the romance. So you gotta cut me some slack. Yeah. Went hunting and then came back, and then we usually had our cleric do the cooking, because the one time that Gozert tried, he managed to both burn and leave the meal raw, which is quite impressive. Drift may possibly have a romance with the hobgoblin, but that might be more later on. Ooh! I love a D&D romance. It's just the best. Ugh. This campaign, this new campaign, has been absolutely... Oh, I'm so torn with who I want to romance, because there's so many good options. I was honestly going to play just a standard goblin, because I just thought it'd be funny to play a little funny creature after having played such a serious character for a year and a half. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be goofy in the next one. And then everyone revealed their characters for the campaign, and everyone's character was so romanceable. So I was like, I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one that's not gonna get a romance. So I changed the goblin, and literally all I did with my goblin is I made her into a half-orc, and that is how Senna was born. She's got the exact same story pretty much, just a little bit more serious now, because she's a bit more of a serious character. But her first iteration was a goblin. And it's only because I wanted to romance my friends. Got to hate it when your other PCs are so hot. For real. I have I was asked nicely by my DM if I could do some little bust arts of them. So let me show off some of these other characters. So, you know, while we're here. So we've got, obviously, Senna Marin, my baby girl. Oh, she's just so cute. Love her. She was arrested for breaking and entering, but at first she said she was arrested for biting. And then we have Brannigan, who is her best friend in the entire world as of right now. They've been traveling together for a couple of weeks, and they got arrested together. And that he's a warlock. He's very. I've made some animations about him. He's a goofy little guy, but he's so hot. And then we have Grimhilda, who is very Glinda from Wicked. She's a druid, and she is so hot and so pretty. And then we have Eva and Quinlan, or Eva, I should say. Recently had a change of pronunciation. So Quinlan is a quickling, which is like a little fairy without wings. And then Eva is a Oni Goliath, which I believe is a homebrew Goliath race. And they're both so hot. This Eva especially is just so cute. She's so pretty. I'm obsessed with her. I think she's my top choice for Senno romance. I just think they'd get on really well. Yeah, the player put in like a lot of effort into the like lore and stuff for her as well. And finally, we have Perrin Grumbleback and Sylvanas, who are a dwarf and an elf, respectively. The elves, they actually have their own little racial features, aesthetic racial features that I designed, so that's why he looks like that. That's why Sylvanas has this gradient in these little ridges. He's the racist one that I spoke about last week. He said something not very nice to Senno, and she tried to give him food poisoning, but it didn't work, unfortunately, last session, so she'll get him next time. But yeah, and again, these two characters are, I would say they're pretty physically attractive. So I was just like, after watching all of my friends come up with these very handsome characters, I was like, I can't be the only one. It just felt wrong. So that's why Senna Marin is a half-orc, and that's literally the only reason. She would have done a goblin. I'm glad I made the change though. She's so pretty. Got to love big women. Yeah, she's a big buff paladin, Ziva. Big buff Goliath paladin. I love a paladin. They're my favorite class. By far. This one. What's this? Oh. I like to do the little curls at the end of her hair. It's gonna look really cute with the ombre effect. She's got so much hair. The issue with Drift, when we first started the campaign, it was only 4 of us, and after the first session, 2 of my PCs wanted their characters to date Drift. I mean, it's good to be sought after. Wrong layer. In the last campaign, not very many of the PCs were dateable, and I think that's why everyone chose a really dateable character this time. Because I mean, a lot of people did end up in relationships at the end, but I don't know, they were they just we had a sort of like a teenage boy, we had an Australian halfling who was not really, I mean, there was a polycule at one point, but it was more of like a jokey polycule. And then we had two characters get together just because they went to the temple together one time, and then it was a very teenage romance because they just decided that they would get married. It was like very high school sweetheart, very very military, I think. Just like get married really young. But they weren't that young, to be fair. Like the idea of dating NPCs. So less drama. See, I really want to date a player character this time, just because I dated an NPC last time, and I just think it's more fun to mix things up, you know? But my DM seems to have it out for everyone. He just wants to date everyone. So he's got a whole host of delicious NPCs waiting to come out in this next campaign to try and seduce us, I guess. Yeah, the two characters that are getting married, well, we have two marriages sort of post campaign 1 that we're waiting on. One is Zafir and Gozat, which is a lot more serious and considered, I guess. They're super devoted to each other, and they dated for almost the entire campaign, except for that one moment that Zaf broke up with him because he crashed out, which was very dramatic and fun to do. But then the other couple, they kind of just decided, they were like, hey, do you want to get married? So we're gonna do a one shot of their wedding, I think. And then I guess at some point we'll do another wedding, maybe. Or maybe we'll do something else, who knows? Made your gay tiefling bard for one of the players in Drift's group. That's fun. Love a gay tiefling bard. They are pretty iconic. It's like my boy. Athos. I do miss playing a tiefling. I feel like, I don't know, I kind of want to play every race, so I've not played too many multiples of races. Unless it's a historical one-shot or mini-campaign. But I do want to play a tiefling again. Like, I want to go back and I want to play the same race over and over, but there's also so many. I like the variety. Second favorite boy is on the ARTFIGHT and very handsome. Ooh. Check him out at the end. Because I'm very conscious about the fact that, you know, we're 50 minutes in and I kind of just wasted a bunch of time being mute and I'd be yapping. But I think we've got all our base colours in now. Which is very nice. She's very pretty. She's just got a lot of hair, that's all. So I wasn't sure whether to cover her eye on this side, because I wanted to leave it open so you could see her eyes, but in all of her pictures she's got her eyes covered, like that eye covered, and I wondered if there was a reason for that, if she's hiding a scar or something. Because I mean, She's a D&D character. Gotta have some trauma, maybe. Or maybe she's a very rare, untraumatized character. Which is impressive on its own. She's traumatized, but she don't remember it. That's fair. That's a fun one. Do you know the trauma? Or have you left it up to the DM? Because that's super fun. I didn't have much say in what happened with Zafir. He had no memory. He had no memories at all when the campaign started, and over the course of the campaign we uncovered essentially what happened to him. DM basically did all of it. I only had, you know, work with the DM because you co-DM the world. Ah, that's so cool. So do you guys like take it in turns to DM sessions, or do you share out responsibilities, or? Yes. Both. That's so cool. Sometimes I feel do sessions to let him play as a character. Oh, that's really fun. I've done a couple of sessions for the campaign, but not serious ones. In the last campaign, when we would have moments where our DM wasn't able to write the session for that week, or just couldn't deal with the prep time and everything for an actual session, sometimes I would step in and do like a B-plot session, like a filler, a beach episode or a bottle episode, where it didn't really matter what happened. The plot didn't move forward. Nothing really of interest happened, but everyone got to play and have a little goofy time. Worked on Drift's backstory, but he has full control on how it happens in the future sessions. That's cool. I think I had something similar. Just had the groundwork really, and then everything was slowly uncovered over the course of the campaign. And you know what, it was so much worse than I ever thought it could be. Like, I laid some pretty harsh groundwork for the boy, but man, DM took it to a whole nother level. But that's kind of his style. There's no scars on her, it's just how she styles her hair. But she has scratch scars on her back from where she was poisoned as a kid. Aww. Poor kid. Getting poisoned. It's pretty rough. I think it's fun that she chooses to have slightly worse depth perception, so she can cover up one of her eyes. Just to look cute. Just to Who needs sight when you can be fashionable? Lol. Got me thinking about the little sessions that I DM'd now. One of them was a fetch quest that I set up. It was a bit of a scavenger hunt for just some laundry. Didn't think of this site. I'm always thinking of stuff like that. It always goes into my characters. But I'm a very, I like to think of practicality and realism when it comes to my character designs, just because I think that it's a fun challenge, and not because I think that things should be realistic or practical necessarily. I just like the challenge of making things make sense. But yeah, with the laundry, just I sent the characters on a little scavenger hunt around the city to pick up some dry cleaning for one of the NPCs, and it took them the whole day, the whole session. They went to a candy shop, they met a golem that was made of licorice, who was built by the owner of the candy shop for his ailing elderly mother. And and I thought it would be like kind of funny, this licorice golem, or like kind of, I don't know, endearing in his goopy, like stoic way. But the players just absolutely hated him. They thought he was an eldritch being beyond comprehension. They were like, just kill it. Kill this creature, we hate him. It's like, how could you hate this guy? He held the door open for you. It's amazing. I did a fetch quest for an apple pie. Honestly, anything for an apple pie. I love apple pie. It's a good tie-in for my question of the day, which is, what's your favorite dessert? Not to change the topic, but it just feels like a good segue. Personally, my favorite dessert is just any pastry, I think. Which is a bit of a cop-out, but I think it has to be... I really like pastry. I also... My favorite kind of cake is carrot cake. So... You know, there's two answers. Just love pastry so much. Red velvet cake. Ooh. It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. I think for some reason people are quite divided on carrot cake because there's vegetables in it. It's kind of like pineapple on pizza. It's really good. I like banana bread as well. I've not eaten much red velvet cake time, to be honest. Carrot cake's just... she's fierce. I love her... I don't know, it's just like so moist, and I think the combination of like the frosting and the spices in it, like the cinnamon, she's good. Say one of my favorite pastries is pain au chocolat. but I also like a vanilla Danish crown. I was very lucky to find vanilla Danish crowns in Denmark recently because we went to Copenhagen, and they were vegan too, which is so lucky because they're not that popular here in the UK, so they don't make vegan versions of them very often. Quite hard to find. I love lemon drizzle as well. I think I'm just a fan of cake. I have a really big sweet tooth, I think. There's not many desserts that I don't like. Although, I'm not a big fan of tiramisu. And I'm also not a big fan of Black Forest Gâteau either. I think just the coffee's too strong. And the same with the cherry. Aspect of it. Quite a boring person when it comes to food, I think. Just eat the same things over and over. I mean, I like a lot of foods from different cultures, don't get me wrong. And I'm okay with spice. But sometimes I don't have the energy, I think. I just love cheesy pasta and stuff like that, you know. Don't eat cake a lot, make it for people at work, but I rather love people eating it. Yeah, I love to bake. I think it's really fun. It is more rewarding, I think, to see someone try like your brownies or try your cake, and then for them to be like, oh my god, this is so good. It's just nice to get complimented. I think that's why ARTFIGHT is so fun as well. It's my favorite bit to get a comment on the piece that I've done. Oh my god, I love this so much. So glad you love it. It's the best bit. It's to make it a lot for your dad. Cheesecakes. Do you love a cheesecake? I make brownies for my mum quite a lot. Well, not quite a lot, but it's the thing that I make for her most. She makes my brownies. Very decadent. A bit too decadent, maybe. I think it's a nice thing to do for someone's birthday. Because you put in the effort to make them something. Enjoy making food up. Make up so much food for your D&D world. That's so fun. My DM's really into that as well. I can't even... Maybe I'm just not... Maybe I just don't really have a refined palate. Maybe I'm not culinarily skilled. But I cannot imagine just like making food up. I have to use a recipe. I think that's why I enjoy baking over cooking as well. I just like to be told how to make something taste good, rather than trying to figure it out myself. you have made so far are dragon peppers. They're red, black, or purple peppers that are shaped like dragon tails. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's adorable. I really like that. Because they're like fiery little dragons and they look like dragon tails. So they're really spicy. So cute. I think since so little of the eye is visible, I might just sort of leave it blank. Just not put much of anything to it. I feel like there should be some of her cheek there, to be honest. Accidentally covered it. I just think there's should be Drift's adopted brother makes a chili out of them every year for a festival. It's so spicy it messes with Dragonborn's throats. They feel like can't save. They use a breath attack from the spice. Oh, that's so cute. I would imagine that Dragonborns would be very good at handling spice, typically. That's what I would imagine. I just feel like they have really, really strong cuisine. In your world, do you treat Dragonborns more as reptiles or like mammals? Are they just sort of, are they mammally, but they just look a bit reptilian? Or do you have them like lay eggs and bask in the sun and, you know, not eat very much? All of that sort of thing. Because in the world that I play in, our homebrew world, they're a lot more reptilian. So they don't have nipples because they don't produce milk because they hatch. I think anyway. I might be wrong. I'm not sure if things changed. But yeah. Sure, haven't really dealt with Dragonborns yet. Yeah. It's an interesting one, I think. You don't really think about it until you play a Dragonborn, I guess. The main I had like a bit of a crisis because I played a Dragonborn. His name is Godred. Not for very long, but in the campaign before last. And we ended up going to a very hot country. And I was kind of like, I was just thinking, like, did Dragonborns sweat? How do they cool down? Does that mean that they're, like, do they need to cool down? Are they cold-blooded? What's happening? I guess that's just me wanting to give myself a realism challenge, I guess. I'm like, how does this work? Working with kobolds as a PC as well. Well, what is a Dragonborn, if not just a big kobold, to be honest? I do love a Dragonborn. They hold a bit of a special place in my heart from my druid. My dragon. He had a very tragic backstory, Godred. And the funniest thing about it is that it was all randomly generated. We just rolled on backstory tables, and it just ended up that way, based on the world that we knew, where he was from, just the context of the tables, which is such a cruel fate for the dice to choose for him. I think they're cold-blooded. I know we have lizard folk in the world too, but because they're not in their country's not worked on them yet. So it's a fun thought experiment when you do get to that point. You can watch the very famous YouTube video about why do Argonians in the Elder Scrolls have boobs when they are reptiles. Today is Friday. No! Hello, Hamburger Rat. It's lovely to see you again. I was starting to worry that you weren't gonna make it. You missed the whole thing. No, you've not missed much, to be honest, because I spent a good portion of the beginning of the stream fumbling around accidentally on mute. So I might stay on a little bit longer, since we didn't really make much. We've not really made much headway so far today. So I might stay on just a little bit longer. Yeah, it's been it's been a lot of D&D talk. We've had me and Dark Shadow just been yapping about our characters because this is Drift. He belongs to Dark Shadow, who I am revenging today because they did some very lovely art for me this week. Is your limit 1.5 hours or something? Yeah, I stream for 2 hours every Friday. So I should be finishing in 45 minutes, but I might add like 20 minutes onto that one just to make up for the shenanigans that was occurring at the beginning of the stream, maybe. And so we can look through some more ARTFIGHT stuff, maybe, and I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling. Because I'm quite tired, but I also want to get further into this piece before we finish. Making some moves though. I'm onto the rendering now, so should go pretty quick. Tend to find that the longest part of my colouring process is literally just colouring it in because I'm so inefficient at it. It's all the hags. You're a sucker for long ass hair. Yeah, me too. I'm also a really big sucker for white hair as well. It has to be a really conscious effort for me not to give all of my characters white hair because I just love it so much. It feels very fantasy to me without being blue hair or green hair. The other hair color I choose a lot is black. Have you guys ever tried that, keeping your sketch in every past thing in your art thingy / technique? What do you mean, just like drawing over it and just keeping everything on one layer and just drawing on top? I do something similar to that sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel like making a new layer for the line art and drawing over my sketch, so I just go back over and I clean up the sketch and just turn it into the line. But I usually make a copy of the sketch just in case I really mess everything up and I want to go back. Normally get rid of your sketches because they're really, really rough. Yeah. I usually only keep them when my sketch is like pretty close to what I would want for my line art. Sometimes my sketches are just, their anatomy is so whack that I just have to, I'm basically starting again. You know, I'm getting things in, but I'm not really paying attention sometimes. Whose character is this? You love it. Trying to lock into the stream right now. Went to this room to listen to music and move my legs, so the stream popped up. Send help. Oh. I tried to schedule it a little bit earlier this week. Like, set up the stream a little bit earlier this week so people had a chance to get notified, but, you know. Yes, this is Dark Shadows baby. Which is very exciting to... It's a bit nerve-wracking, actually, to draw someone's character right in front of them. I didn't really think about how this would feel. It feels a little bit like everyone's looking into my sketchbook. Or when someone's looking into your sketchbook and they're like, can you draw me? Just draw me, it won't take long. Thank you, Dark Shadow. I'm glad you are approving of her so far. I have strong belief that the lighting was gonna look really nice. Can you imagine the way that the moon is going to reflect off her white hair? Because that's what I'm going for. We might not get there today, but you'll see it when I send it to you. Thank you, Hamburger Rat. How have you been, Hamburger Rat? How's your week been? Did anyone get up to anything exciting this week? Most exciting thing that happened to me in the past week is that we tried to go to the beach, like I talked about last stream, but then our car broke down. The clutch just stopped working, and then we called. Well, we got someone to rescue us, but then by the time they arrived, it magically fixed itself, and they were like, "Well, you can just drive yourself home now." We're like, "Oh, okay." And it's just very, like, you're really looking hard for something, and you go to your mum, and you're like, "Mum, I can't find it anywhere." She just looks and it's right there. That's what it felt like. It's like we'd just been making it up for no reason. Just been at work. You forget so easily. I don't know what I've been doing this week. I forgot. That's fair. It's just same as always usually. Did manage to finish a couple of commissions this week. Some pretty beefy ones that have taken so long to finish. It always makes me feel bad, even though they're such huge commissions sometimes. you can't really expect me to do them any quicker. But when I first started taking commissions, everyone was just asking for one character half body, and I can pump that out in just a couple of hours. But now people are asking for like entire parties worth of characters, like full bodies in a scene, and it just takes so long, and I have like 5 going at once sometimes, and I'm just like, oh my god. It's just, I'm not very good at limiting myself. Take on too much sometimes. Also been interested in an aquarium these days and researching what quarters you can put in it. We've been panicking at work about a big company visit, so been a lot of stress. The aquarium's really fun. I personally am a big fan of Corridora fish. They're like very tiny little catfish. Got little whiskers, and they're very good at cleaning the substrate of an aquarium. That does sound stressful. Dark Shadow, the big visit. I know how managers get when there's someone important coming in to like inspect. They will just get up your ass about everything. I do have a card. Well, I don't have a card, but I take most of my commissions through Ko-Fi or Coffee, depending on how you say it. There's a link to it in my description, but I also just take commissions through DMs and stuff as well. Especially for the bigger ones where it's like entire parties, because that's a lot of money for someone just to throw at me. I understand if they don't want to just give me a bunch of money straight away. They don't know me that well. They never showed up in the end, so it was a waste of time. Oh my god. So your managers just got really uppity for no reason. That's just the worst. Ugh. Takes me back to working at McDonald's, because the managers would just be, someone would come in and the managers would just be so up your ass about everything. Be, store's not clean enough, you're not talking to enough customers, you don't look busy enough, and I'm like, there's nothing to do, we've done everything, please. Please let me live my life. But it's my life. That was the, I think that's like the only job I've ever done, like full time. I was working at McDonald's for 3 years, and I would never wish that on anyone. It was just the worst. Dark Shadow is a menace to Auntie, because imagine Dark Shadow commission a full multi-character piece on top of everything that's currently going on. Would like to commission me at some point. That's very sweet. I would love to do... I love to do commissions. I'm very happy to take on any sort of commission. And I'd love to do a commission of your party. All the little characters that you have, because they all look really fun, and I want to draw that half-goblin. I just don't have the time to do it over the course of ARTFIGHT, you know. I'm just kidding, you don't have to pay me. You don't have to give me money. We're all friends here. One day I'll be free. So I will not have so many commissions. And that day will be when I close them. The only reason I'm so swamped is because I leave them open. Take on pretty much any commission that I get. Which is a mistake on my part. But it's fine, because I finished the commissions this week. Yay me. It's a big party at the moment. There are 9 players currently in the campaign, but we're splitting them up soon to make it manageable for the game. 9 players is a lot. We currently have 7 in our party, and I think that's the maximum. Honestly, I think it's too many, but I would not want to not have any of these people. Party is the issue. They're all just such incredible players. I couldn't imagine the party with one less person. So we gotta keep them. Even though it makes combat take so long. It's the main group on the page on ARTFIGHT. The little white star child baby is an NPC and the main reason for the story. Oh, a little baby. Oh, that's so cute. I knew they were a party the moment I laid eyes on them. Just have such good chemistry. They look so cute together. Look at this hair. She's got so much hair. It's been quite unmanageable for her. But it is very cloud-like. I imagine it's as light as a cloud, so at least it's not heavy. He sees Drift as his mom. She's the main one looking after him, and is the reason he was saved to begin with. Oh, that's so cute, especially since she was left at the monastery. She is a little orphan. So she adopts a little orphan. Or whoever this baby is. Maybe this baby is not an orphan. It's giving that. Just paying it forward. That gets really frizzy in the heat. Oh. I can imagine. It's real hot and stuffy. Some of these. At the moment the group are in a snowy country like Skyrim at the moment. Ooh. I did see some cold weather outfits, I have to say. Did look like a nice chilly campaign. It's kind of where it's where the first campaign I ever played was in a really cold country. My gay tiefling bard. And the only reason he came around is because my prompt for him was like, he doesn't have a coat in this impressively cold country. And so the whole thing was like, why is he the sort of person that wouldn't have a coat in, like, essentially Antarctica? Who's the kind of person who would do that? That's how my bard was born. Snowy formal dress. The type of guy to wear shorts in the snow. He's the type of guy to wear like an open silk shirt in the snow. He did eventually get a coat. His main goal, as soon as we landed in this icy wonderland, was to get a coat. So when we did our first quest and we got our first reward, the first thing he spent his money on was a coat. And then he immediately had like the arms of it ripped off, which I don't remember why that happened, but I think that's really funny. Tiefling Bard was born on a tropical island, so he's not very good with the snow. Aww. Tiefling Bards just belong... They belong in the tropics. They belong in wine country. They should be relaxing on a beach or on a plaza. In a sauna or something. They're not built for this sort of delicate. Mizu's my first sailor. Has very good boat skills and survival on the sea. Oh, I love a sailor. I love a campaign that involves sailing. I think sailing mechanics are really fun. I think being on a boat is really fun. To be on a boat, real life as well. I'm a bit of a daredevil. Just a side character you play when Drift is too busy. Drift has too many hobbies. Drift's got a full-time job. She can't play this week, guys. She's at work. She gets left to read books to figure out stuff about the Star Child. Oh, be a big flirt. I do love a flirty character. I'm not very good at being flirty, I think. It's quite difficult to play a bard for me, especially a flirty bard, because I don't have that sort of riz. I don't have that sort of riz in real life. It's really hard to flirt as a character. Neither am I, he's just into nicknames. What sort of nicknames does he give people? Guy who'll be in a relationship gets called tall and handsome. I mean, yeah, as far as nicknames go. I thought you were gonna be like, Sweet Cheeks or something. I do enjoy a nickname. I think it's a very fun way of creating a bond game. It's very, Barrack from Dragon Age, I think. They call him Frosty since he's originally from the snow country. Yeah, Frosty's good. Especially if he's like a colder personality or something like that. It's like, damn, you're Frosty. It's making me want to play a flirty character now, but I know I don't have it in me. I'll just have to settle for watching my friend play a flirty character instead. And hearing about it from other people. Be farm some pickup lines. I used to really love cheesy pickup lines. Actually, way back in the day when I was like in the dating scene, I used to pull out cheesy pickup lines all the time, like dating sites and stuff. Because it's just really, they would just be really dumb and it would break the ice. So I never really got anywhere with anyone on a dating site, fair. It's not really. See, this is what I love about white hair, is that white hair is never truly white. It's just got all sorts of shades in it. Because if it just goes grey, if you just shade with grey, then it looks really, really dull. So you've got to shade with purples and blues and pinks and yellows. And that's what makes it to life. Makes it a bit more pearlescent as well. It's just really pretty. Last session I played with my bard, he had a good old dance with Frosty. Yeah, like it. I keep saying the same thing. I'm always repeating myself. But that's now that we're saying Frosty, it makes me think of like Frosty the Snowman. So now I'm just imagining like a snowman. He's dancing with a snowman. Lol, yeah. Especially because I don't know what the character looks like, so I'm just like, yeah, that's a good fill-in. It's a good stand-in for Frosty. She has so much hair. Don't know how detailed to make her. Blonde boy with the main art with the beard. He's human. Oh my god. What's really funny is that my gay tiefling bard ended up in a romance with a blonde half elf with a beard. They all have one type. And also, oh my gosh, this guy was also from the cold country, and the half elf that he was a snow elf. We all share one brain. That's such a crazy coincidence. We're all the same at the end of the day. His name was Tamrel. Was my gay tiefling bard. It's a boyfriend. After the campaign sort of fizzled out, they got married off screen. But they have an open relationship. Because they're just those sort of people, they're very free-spirited. I mean, they're like 40 now. Game. And they got kidnapped and taken to the Feywild, and now they're trapped there. Off screen. So I just thought it'd be fun. He deserves to be in the Feywild. Does my gay tiefling bard. Taz. You got the natties. That's a really cringe joke. I'm sorry, everyone. Everyone unsubscribe. It's okay. Forgive you. Tasha? It's a funky little name for a little guy. Is there any... Do you ever give your characters, like, meanings behind their names? Or, like, is there a reason he's called Natasha? Or... do you just choose? It's for fun. Just because of the way they sound. Sometimes. It's fair. I used to be very invested in... like pre-D&D, I'd say. I used to be very invested in making sure that all of my characters had names that meant something. But nowadays I just choose a name based on its vibe. Just the way that it sounds. And then sometimes I come up with meanings for them after the fact. So, Senemirin, for instance, is ancient omen in her language, which fits her very well for her lore, which I can't talk about in case any of my real life friends ever watch my VODs, which... cringe. His adoptive parents thought he was a girl for a while because they were the first nice people to him. He just didn't want to correct them. Oh, that's so cute. He's just really awkward about it. How long did it take for them to realize? Bless. That's a really funny reason. Some of these mats. Goodbye. Oh, they found him at age 7, about 5 years or so since he was a really quiet guy, but he kept the name after they found out. Oh, bless. He was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Kind of, no, king of minding his own business. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll just go with the flow. Just do whatever. I appreciate that. He goes by Nataz while traveling because he has a habit of telling lies to make stories to get money. I mean, it's a fun nickname. I wouldn't call it a lie. I suppose if he didn't want this getting back to his parents that he's a troublemaker. I get I get why he might want to hide his name. Bits. Hi, Itsy Bitsy. It's nice to see you for the first time. Thank you very much for the compliment. I think this this hair in particular is quite unique, I think, because she's got the white hair and it's super flowy and cloud-like. So yeah, if you if you enjoy hair, then this is the stream for it, I think. Came in at the right time. He's worried people won't like who he really is, so he acts a lot braver than he really is. Oh, I do like characters like that. I love a character that's just so petrified that they're overconfident, like just pretending to be braver than they actually are. It's very it's what Sun and Marin is like as well. She's just got this persona about her that makes her seem like she's really up herself. And I think a lot of people are like that in real life, to be fair. That's why we bring them in as characters. To render her earrings. Get some gold in. I love to render it all. It's unfortunate these earrings are so itty bitty. Can't get too much detail. Shove it in. It's reflective, I swear. I keep accidentally hitting my mic. His main spells are illusion, as he likes to add them to his songs and stories to make them more fun. He sounds, honestly, he sounds just like Brannigan in our current campaign. The two of them would get along very well. Brannigan is a warlock, but he's built a bit more like a bard. I think he'll probably multi-class. There. I can't put words in his player's mouth, but he just seems to me like he's gonna multi-class into bard. I'm gonna throw in a little backdrop here. So we're gonna do something a little bit more dusky. I don't want it to be the dead of night, but I do want the moon to be out. So I want to act onto her hair. So we'll also pop. Let's cover her up. No more of that. Bye bye. It's all gone. Throw in a little multiplier. Turn everything down a little. Let's choose our lighting. So it's kind of coming from there, so we'll do... What's on the top of her? I need to go back in, add the gradient to the bottom of her hair. I've not forgotten. Just got excited to do the lighting. Just needs to... She looks almost ghostly. Her hair sort of. Do a bit of repeating. Brief moment from him. So he disguised himself as a town guard, walked up to a group of guards like, so, this town's issue, am I right? To get them to talk about their orc issue they were having. That's definitely one way. You sort of just skip through the dialogue tree. Yeah, let's just cut to the chase. No need for formalities. It's Hamburger Rat. It's Hamburger Rat gone. Can't believe she's abandoned us. That reminds me of jellyfish tentacles, and it's so flowy. I absolutely adore it. Thank you. I adore jellyfish. They're my favourite sea creature. So that's a very high compliment. I think that's where I got the inspiration from, maybe. Okay, let's throw in the gradient to her hair quickly before I do end up forgetting. It's a bit like tealy. Oh, I'm erasing. Terrible fate. It's to me. Get some color in, girl. Kind of goes not quite high. Hello, ghost person. Welcome to the stream. First timer. I like ARTFIGHT and talking streams. I've been really enjoying doing them. This is my third stream ever. My first one did not go very well. This one, last one was really good. This one started off rough, but we're getting there. Getting there very slowly. Let's make this a color layer, I think. I do love working on Genasis. My DM gave me the big okay, so mess about with them. Which is where I got the cloud idea for Drift's hair. The whole changing black when mad or stressed. I think Genasis are so cool. Because yeah, you can do stuff like that with them. It's like their whole thing. I really love to think about the different kinds of Genasi that you can get. Color burn. Ooh, color burn. Okay. Okay. Like this. I really like just thinking about what you can do with a Genasi. Because you can have like... Because obviously they go to fire, air, and earth. But it's like, what kind of water, what kind of fire, what kind of air? I really love the idea of a sort of ash elemental, like an ash Genasi or like a volcanic Genasi. I really want to play a Genasi. Or another character that I had in mind for this particular campaign that I'm playing in is to do a fog Genasi, which would be either water or I think I'd probably do water just because I think it'd be funky, but it could also work for air as well. Like if mad fire Genasi's hair burns up and for water Genasi's hair boils and bubbles when mad. That's so fun. I thought the stream ended, all of a sudden it paused on me and I needed to close and open it and close VPN. No, Hamburger Rat. That's so sad. Oh, I was missing you. I was like, where's Hamburger Rat? I thought they were here, but they've not been talking. Have they gone? You were tricked. The stream's just not worked out well for you this time, Hamburger Rat. It's okay, we have next time. This time will go smoother for everyone, I hope. Ash sounds fun. We have two kinds of fire genasi, one with flames and very rare ones with lava fire. That just sounds so fun. I would be thinking about lava like under the skin. So they have very volcanic rock skin, like earth genasi, and then it like cracks and they have these big like fissures in their skin. Maybe for like when they get cut or and they have scars and stuff and you can see it like glowing underneath their skin. That's the sort of direction that I go. I also love to play with the eyes as well. I had a earth genasi that had like opal skin, so it was super shiny, and then it had all of these colours underneath it, and she just literally looked like an opal crystal. Queen of the Fire Kingdom has lava hair. I mean, yeah. That's so... She's kinda gotta, you know? If Earth Genasi use the Japanese gold paste to seal their craft. Yes, the kintsugi. Oh. We had something similar in my last campaign. We had one of our characters died and was sort of ripped apart by this void. And we have a bit of a rule where when a character dies, they come back with scars related to how they died, just to make it seem a bit more impactful. But because she was like ripped apart, she was gonna have like horrible scarring all over her body. So we repaired the scars with the diamond that we used to vivify her. And so she's got diamond kintsugi scars. It was it was my idea. The player really liked that. So, you know, I got to have that one. Sounds so pretty. It was pretty. The player was like, "Thank you for making her look so pretty." Thank you for, I think the quote was like, "Thank you for making her pain beautiful." Quite melodramatic, but I do what I can. I try not to come forward with too many of my ideas when it comes to other characters, because I don't want to tread on people's toes. But sometimes I just get really inspired and I just want to show them what it would be like if this was the case. And sometimes they really like it. Okay, so I think the hair looks pretty good for now. Oh god, it's 10 o'clock. Should be ending stream, but I'm going to... not yet. We'll go for a little bit longer. I just want to get some more... no, just some more... light in. Just some more vibes. Some more pretty vibes. I want to put mountains in the background. Make it seem like she's on a mountain top. So just have like sort of the hint of a mountain range sort of behind her, way off in the distance, you know. Not that you can really see it, because she's got lots of hair in the way, but you know, just imagine. Just imagine that that's what it looks like. Just imagine that I'm drawing mountains, even though I'm just drawing random shapes. The mood. We have a lot of backstory stuff quiet to add to the surprise. It's so difficult to not talk about backstory. I honestly, my word, I cannot stop talking about backstory. It's especially with when it comes to Senu Mirin, most of her she's got like not that much backstory to speak of. I tried to keep it very low key, to give the other players a bit more of a chance to have dramatic and plot integral backstories. But she's got a lot of world building to her that's quite integral to her backstory, and I want to talk about it so bad. I want to talk about it so bad because I think it's so cool, but I can't. I hate keeping secrets. This cloud is badly angled. All to come in together to the moon. So it's like, look at the moon. Look at the way it's shining on her. Just be like, boom. Here's the moon. Maybe it would end up being a full moon. Just for the brightness. It doesn't really make much sense for her to be so well lit by the moon when it's isn't moon. She's so good. The moon is her spotlight. And she deserves it. The world is her catwalk. The moon is her spotlight. She's crushing it. Slaying. I'm drawing 2 right now, that's why you're silent. Oh, that's okay, Hamburger Rat. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you this time. But next time, better watch out. I'm just kidding. What are you drawing? Character. Is it an environment? Is it something between? Is it abstract? I love how she's a soft woman who is strong enough to crush your head between her thighs. I love a woman like that. She is really pretty. I like the fact that she could crush your head between her thighs, but she chooses not to because she's an unlethal kind of girly. She'll gently crush your head between her thighs. Very gently. Just to soothe you to sleep. A gentle knocking out. Like in the Batman games when, like, oh, we're knocking out criminals and you're just like breaking their spine. I'm sure they'll recover from this, don't worry. Don't worry, Bruce. Gently while apologizing. Just, oh, shh, 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 it's okay, just quiet. Go to sleep. I think a character that's like on a D&D adventure that really has no business being on a D&D adventure, like just not really well suited to it, is a really fun sort of character to play. My character Dove, it's the little circus rabbit. She has an aversion to blood, but she's also a monk rogue multi-class. So she did like a lot of damage in her one shot that I played of her. And and she used a rapier, and so she was slicing and dicing, and she's like, oh my god, the whole time. Like she's like almost almost vomiting. The whole time she was like retching as she was slicing. It was quite funny. I'd say pacifism isn't that big of a debuff. I think it's just a really fun little challenge to play. Okay, so I think I'll leave it there for the actual art. Here she is for now. I think I actually made some pretty good progress despite the fact I wasn't really focusing on her too hard. But I'll clean her up and so send her over. I'm glad you like her. She'll look a lot more polished when I send her over on ARTFIGHT. For instance, let me grab not sure if you guys will have seen it, but this is what we ended up with. This is the changes that I made to the piece that I did last week off stream. It's the finished piece. And I think she came out so lovely. I did her hand, obviously. I rendered her hand out, I blurred it. I did the beads. The beads took a long time. And I just gave her a bit more of a background, a bit more definition. Nom 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 nom. Very tasty. Eat it all up. Ah, yes, she did. So yeah, we all saw where she started last week, and here we are. That's what we finished with, which is so nice. And then we've got these different colors next to each other. Ooh, different vibes. We love to see it. Yeah, my gradient is going well. I got a yellow one in this week. Did this one off stream. So I think we're getting there in terms of my gradient. So be your new profile picture. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. That's so kind. I think that's one of the best compliments to get. So there she is. And here's the reference again. Look through. It's her with dark hair. I love this little creature. It's her winter formal. Guessing. Very nice, very cozy. I'm sorry. I just love it. I really like this outfit that she's got going on. I think it's really nice. Little hobgoblin. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a star child, you know. Oh. Oh, that's so cute. Let's go see who we've been talking about. So there's a little star child. Oh, so cute. A little baby. We've got Blondie Frosty. Got a little satyr, looks like. Got Flirty. Toy house thing. I don't have a toy house. Do I need a toy house in order to look? Ah! Oh, you've got a poster! Oh, that's so cute! Oh, the little kobold. Satyr, hobgoblin, a bugbear. Love a bugbear. Little gorillas-esque portrait. I like this outfit. I like the big ponytail too. Oh, so cute. I love a scene. Oh, drawing D&D characters as kids will always get to me. They're just little babies. Oh, that kills me every time. Oh, that's so cute. Go back. Take me back. Take me back. Where am I? There we go. Ooh. I've not got any new attacks. There's that. A really exciting attack that I got is I got a dice attack. I got a dice attack this week. And then I also got a dice bag attack, and they're both for the same character, which is really fun. So I separately got a bag and then some dice to put it in, which is honestly the dream. It's all I ever wanted. I love dice attacks. I hope to get more. The only sad thing about the dice attack is that it's for a character that was just for a one shot. So, you know, I'm not really going to be playing her again. But I'll still use the dice. I'll use them for different characters. Or maybe if I play another... I'll find a way to play her again. Should be on there. Okay, we'll go back, we'll go back. Characters. Gosh, so many! Nataz. Oh! Oh, I really like him. I really like his design. The eye patch. Oh, he's got such a funky tail. Flirting with Frosty. Oh no, it's alright. Big guy's with me. He's got such an interesting tail. It's so fun. Yes. I really like this character. Damn, I do. I hope you do commission me at some point so I get to draw him. I'd love to draw him. He's very cool. I guess I could draw him for free. It's all scales. So cool. I love his little mischievous expression in this one. He's just like, yeah. This one's very rough with scales. Let me show. Just thinking about hobgoblins now. The way that I draw hobgoblins. I'll just throw my little hobgoblin out. This is how I draw a hobgoblin. That's what I've done with hobgoblins. It's got little tattoos. He's so... And then we've got this is one of my babies. He almost made it onto ARTFIGHT this year, but I couldn't finish his ref in time. So he didn't make it. He didn't make it on ARTFIGHT this year, but he will be showing up next year. I'm certain of it. He dresses a lot in furs and tribal leathers and stuff. Yes, he's a half orc, half bugbear. So we call him a bork. He has a bit more of like a rusty, an earthy green color. He's very handsome. I love him so much. Yeah, I have a lot of little combinations of half orcs and orcs. So this girl is a half orc, half hobgoblin. So the green of the orcish blood and then the red of the the green of the orcish skin and the red of the hobgoblin skin combines to make a sort of rusty color. And then bugbears tend to have like really earthy brown skin tones, so that's why my boy here in the green, he has a bit of a green tone. I could eat him up. I love his pointy ears, and I have it so that like bugbear ears point straight up, and hobgoblin ears droop down, and then orc ears are like right in the middle. I love it. Let me I've also got this girl who is also a hobgoblin crossed with a half orc, and she has vitiligo. And it's a lot to get into right now, but because of the lore of orcs, like orcs basically have like their skin is because of like oxidized metal, so the vitiligo comes across as like oxidized copper, which is just really funky, I think. I will pick him up and steal him. He is mine. I will eat. Maybe next week I'll show you the outfits that I had for him, for my boy, because he is a very, very handsome boy and he has some very cool clothes going on. Thank you. I have some quirky ideas when it comes to world building sometimes. All of my group like to sort of add into the world building element of our homebrew world, so you'll get to make our mark, and this is mine currently. These are all people that Cinnamon knows, so I can't really talk about them too much, but when it comes up I will share more about their backstory and everything like that. I think I've made up for my embarrassing mute today. I love it all. D&D is my blood and soul. Absolutely. I could so make a whole video, like a YouTube video where I just talk about all my characters. Or I could talk about the whole lore of this homebrew world piece by piece. It would take hours, but I could totally do it. Yeah. My ears are starting to hurt from my headphones, so I think I'm going to wrap up stream. I've made it for my terrible, unforgivable mishap with the muting. I still don't know what happened or how I fixed it, but you know, that's okay. It's fixed now and hopefully it won't happen again. Much it. Yes, let's look at Drift. Let's look at Drift one more time before I finish her off stream, and I'll post her and everything. Yeah, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Thank you to I don't think they're still here, but thank you to people, Itzy and Lycan and everyone who popped in and said hi and then abandoned ship. And thank you very much to you, Dark Shadow, and to Hamburger Rat, my my loyal companions. It's really nice to... I'm really glad you came back for another stream. It's really nice. Makes me feel very good about this. Makes it a lot more fun when I have people to actually talk to. Bye, Hamburger Rat. Show up on time next week, alright? Yeah, thank you, Dark Shadow. And thank you for your attacks as well. That's been really nice. We've got one more art fight stream next week where I'll be doing more art. And then on the 1st of August, when art fight is over, I might do a bit of a longer stream to just wrap up art fight, say goodbye to art fight, and to do whatever Sims challenge we end up doing for that one. Our little celebratory gaming stream, which will be. I still decided I'm gonna do it. I've not changed my mind on that. Just need to decide what Sims we play, what challenge we do. So we'll talk about that more next week, I think. Okay, so thank you very much, you guys, for hanging out with me. Have a great week next week. Have a great weekend. Play some D&D. Look after yourselves, alright? Okay. Bye, everyone.